Good morning, everybody. How we doing this morning? And to YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitter. Welcome to episode, I don't know, I kind of lost count last week because it was kind of rocky. Number 50, episode number 50 of We Will Not Comply, live from the America First Media Campus. We're here after a really successful, a lot of fun yesterday, a big day yesterday at Back to Bruce. So thank you to everybody who came out yesterday for that. We're gonna be talking about that in the first half of everything going on today. But we want to say welcome to everybody. The big beautiful chat that's happening right now. We're back on YouTube for everybody who's there and for everybody who showed up. Again, to Back to Bruce. We love you. And hey, say hello there, sir.
Good morning, my neighbors. What a lovely day. What a lovely day yesterday was. Of course, we would be remiss to not mention Officer Wilbert Mora, who succumbed to injuries yesterday from, or the day before. I believe it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Who succumbed to injuries from the shooting in Harlem. So that's 5 cops in 5 days.
Yeah.
Been shot in New York City. But hey, you know what? Alvin Bragg, if you're out there and you're watching, don't worry. No big deal. You clearly have this under control.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You jackass.
Oh,
so you know what?
Alvin Bragg, the New York City.
Keep his officers' families in your thoughts and prayers today as we start another work week.
Yeah. Alvin Bragg, the New York City District Attorney, and we can go over this on Wednesday. Or we can go over what his charging documents say and what his charging recommendations say, and just show you how many crimes they don't care about anymore in New York City. You know, there was broken window policing where the idea was that the guy who broke the windows was going to be the same guy who robbed the bank and the same guy who wound up killing somebody later in the week.
It was Bunch talks about it a lot.
Always broken windows.
The guy who rapes someone on a train is the same guy who jumps the turnstile.
Right.
And the idea of broken windows policing is that nobody will break the first window on a building, but they will break the second. And
correct.
That's how a community falls apart. That's how, if you take care of the little stuff, the big stuff doesn't get a chance to happen. The petty crime, arresting the petty crime stops the violent crime. And we've seen this all across New York City and all across all the other states. The fact is that hi, Barry. Hi, Barry. Barry. No, Barry was not at Back to Bruce yesterday, so you are on timeout, Barry.
Kevin has put Barry in an honorary timeout for one episode because Barry was not at Back to Bruce. We love you.
Yeah, but the broken windows theory of policing, look, under Rudy Giuliani and under Bill Bratton, it just worked. That's it, and the people who do the pushing random strangers in front of train cars probably aren't going to use their Metro card to get on the subway. That's just the way things are. And liberal policing and liberal law enforcement just seem to not care about quality of life crimes. I mean, you're not a real New Yorker unless you've seen 3 separate people take a crap on the subway these days.
No, you're right. With a mask on.
With a mask on.
But let me ask you, was the city safer under Giuliani and Bill Bratton?
100%.
That's the only answer that we need.
It was cleaner. You saw Disney move into Times Square.
Right.
I mean, we hear stories from our parents about what Times Square was like in the 80s, in the 70s.
Bryant Park, too. My mother tells me stories about Bryant Park all the time. That place was a mess. Drug deals, all sorts of violence going on. They cleaned that place up.
Open air prostitution.
Yeah.
Where the Apple store currently sits.
Right.
In that walking area around the triangle where the ball drops. It was just, it really was like Death Wish.
And they cleaned it up. Things were great. The city was vibrant. The city was alive. It was a great place to be, a great place to take your kids. Now you take your kids to New York City, you're out of your mind.
Out of your mind.
There's just. I mean, it was. We love you, Barry. We're just.
I love you, Barry. I'm just messing with you.
We do love you, Barry. Also, Andy Whitman's in the chat. So the receiver of taxes, distributor of pizza. We do love him.
Somebody else brought pizza yesterday, and I had to.
Someone else brought pizza yesterday?
Somebody brought pizza yesterday.
We had to turn him down.
No, but I had to make sure I pointed it out to Andy. Then,
You know who Andy Whitman would get along with big time because he's the distributor of pizza? The Honorable Michael Crispy.
The Honorable Michael Crispy running against Chris Smith on the Jersey Shore. You guys want to get ready for a damn rally.
That's going to be a fun time.
That's going to be a rally because you're going to see me back in Point Pleasant I'm taking it back. I'm gonna go tanning beforehand. I'm put the tape up back up. It wasn't a great time, but we all did it. I'm gonna get my Affliction T-shirt. That's like a schmedium, which according to Twitter is the only size clothing I currently own.
Here he goes. You can't let it go with Twitter.
But why?
You can't let it go.
I know. And just in case anyone in the chat is curious, yes, I have I've retired my yellow shirt. Thanks to
Brian Lenz.
Thanks to Brian Lenz. So I'll be wearing all black until the end of time. I'm going to look like Avril Lavigne in 2005. I'm just going to wear all black all the time from now on. That's it.
Oh boy, that's funny stuff. So for everybody who came to Back to Bruce yesterday, I want to Andy's writing settle. Barry says he was there in spirit and on Facebook. First of all, the live stream that we had yesterday covering all of the speakers, they all did a phenomenal job. Rob Astorino did a really good job. Lee Zeldin obviously came down. He spoke. George Santos, Pat Hahn, and Bruce Blakeman.
I want to thank Lee. He came straight from the airport on his way home from a campaign event upstate. Just dropped in.
He just came right back on his way back. And
we found out that he was confirmed to speak, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes before he showed up.
Right. I mean,
well, because who the hell knows? Coming in, I don't know whether I don't know whether it came out of LaGuardia or Kennedy, but who the hell knows?
You never know.
We're building back better, but we can't build back a pothole. So who the hell knows what's happening on the Belt Parkway?
No idea. But you could finally saw, Lee Zeldin. He comes down, he talks to everybody.
Killed it.
First time he's in Nassau. Well, he's been in Nassau County before. It's not the first time, but what I will say is the way he spoke yesterday, and this isn't to take anything away from what he's done in the past, but I do believe that this was that was one of the best times I think I've heard him speak. He spoke from the heart. He got real passionate. He was really motivated. Really, really into the issue at hand, which was restoring choice. And I think he showed you Nassau County what Suffolk County has had the privilege, and who they've had the privilege of calling their representative, and not everybody has been this lucky. So we have an opportunity in a couple months. We have an opportunity in 10 months to take back New York and put that man in place in Albany.
The best part about yesterday was being on the steps of the Nassau County building and looking up and seeing the staffers inside the building staring out the window with their phones out. Like, what the hell is going on out? Like, whoa, look at what. Whatever, the camera jumped.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, to see them outside, to see them inside videotaping outside on their phone. It was they were sitting there. You know what? We spent a lot of time in Suffolk County this year.
Oh yeah,
and
I like Nassau.
I like Nassau. County.
Nassau County's really nice.
I like Nassau County, and because of one of our great speakers, one of our dear friends, George Santos.
Yes,
we spending a lot of time up there. Hello from Huntington Beach, California.
Huntington Beach. Wow, you guys are up way too early.
I love that you're watching, Miss Weatherby, but Jesus, go back to bed, because the fact that you're awake right now makes me sad that I am awake.
Well, I know we got Florida in the chat because the first comment on the stream this morning. So, so that's good. Do me a favor, guys, in the chat. I love doing this, guys and gals. I hate being so gender specific. I'm going to upset some people.
Who gives a shit? What are you going to piss? Who cares? Who gives a crap? I can say that one.
Oh, boy.
Look, all you're going to do is upset the green M&M, who apparently can no longer wear go-go boots because a sexy cartoon M&M was just too much for the non-binary community.
But guys,
too much.
Guys and gals in the chat, do me a favor. I want you to light this chat up right now and tell me what state you're watching from, because I love doing this. I've already seen Florida, I've seen Rhode Island, and we've seen California. I know Long Island is representing big time. But go ahead and tell me what state. North Carolina. So you see what I'm saying, what goes on every morning? This is incredible. I want you guys to tell me what state you're watching from, and we'll shout it out as it goes along. But we're going to recap Back to Bruce. Very, very excited. A lot of New York in the chat. Very, very exciting day yesterday. Bruce Blakeman came out and basically said, this isn't about me. This is all about there's a lot of North Carolina in the chat. What is going on in North Carolina? Well, we're going to be down in Durham.
We're going to be down in Durham.
Yeah, we're going to be hopefully
which
working.
Normally for a guy from Long Island doesn't bode well.
Pennsylvania.
PA in the house.
Hey, we got Plain Edge in the house. Plain Edge with the
New York, but
mask
soon to
mandates.
be Florida. Sunny Florida. I will be down. By the way, Florida, to escape the cold and go to Miami next weekend for the Project Veritas launch party. And then I turn on the news and I find out that it is currently 42 degrees in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is going on? I need a little bit of warm. Need a little bit of warm.
Need a little bit
and
of
I'm
warm.
getting none of it.
And we got a lot of Bayshore,
I'm
Long Island.
going to be wearing a coat in Miami.
A lot of Belmore in the chat.
A lot of Belmore.
A lot of Belmore. So we were really happy to come out and rally in Nassau County yesterday. What a day. We've posted videos and pictures and all those things online on our Facebook, on our Instagram. We're going to upload the full half hour or so live stream from yesterday. It's on Facebook. We're going to upload that to YouTube this morning. So you're going to see everything that is going on. We're excited. We're excited to see everybody come out to the next one. We're excited to go ahead and continue to push for parental choice. Continue to push for I don't know. What are you doing? Don't do that. We're going to continue to push for individual liberties to be restored to the county. I also want to make mention of something we did yesterday at the Back to Bruce rally, which was really significant. And apparently we registered 20 or so new Republican registrations. So a very big shout out to our friends from Great Neck. They had sent representation down and folks down there with voter registration forms. And it was very exciting to see and to hear that we had changed. We registered at least, I believe, 20. I don't know if they were if they were brand new registrations of folks who were not voting, but we do know that there are plus 20 for the Republican Party. So a big thank you to those of you who did come down and change your registration. A big thank you to those to Irina Amir, who came down and helped us out with voter reg. Excuse me. COVID. Sorry. You didn't want to hear me sneeze. You heard me. You watched me sneeze. But big thank you to those. That's a very big operation there. Voter registration. Excuse me. Very important. As you see, I have the Omicron variant.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, well, someone's over here walking around playing video clips on the computer, not letting me sneeze.
First off, someone in the chat said that the stream froze.
Yes.
So I was checking that, and I just didn't hit mute.
No bueno.
And then I needed a refill.
Yeah. Look at the way. You want any more? You want some coffee with your milk?
It's not milk. It's cream.
You want some coffee with your cream?
All righty, guys, but we're on the 15. Make sure you guys head over to loudmajorityus.com, sign up. If you're on Facebook, hit that follow button. Even if you think you're following, you might not be. There's some people in the chat I can see right now.
Your coffee is whiter than Elizabeth Warren.
Look, I don't like coffee where it burns your tongue, but I do like it if you guys hit that like button, smash that like button.
Segue.
What a segue. Subscribe, share this video out. Distribution by proxy. Facebook, YouTube is hating on us real hard. Follow us on the Twitter, on the Getter. We are all over the place. Make sure you guys never miss out on anything that we're doing, because I don't ever want to hear, how did I just find out about this the day after? We're everywhere. If you just try, you'll hear about it. So make sure you guys sign up, loudmajorityus.com. I'm getting really good at this.
He's getting good at the Vanna.
Getting good at this.
So once again, thank you to everybody who came down to Back to Bruce yesterday. And we did not have any issues.
No issues.
We had no issues with the flags, the problems that we thought we might see. Nothing. So it was a great job by everybody who came down. A great, positive, peaceful demonstration. Everything went well. We're really excited. That was a rally. That was a fun rally. It was fun to get back out there, and it was fun to be out there with all you. What a great day it was yesterday.
What a great day it was.
So we're really excited about all that. I gotta say, and we have some announcements. I'm gonna make an announcement on Wednesday about an event next week. So keep it locked on there. We're gonna be drafting up some stuff.
We got a whole lot going on, guys. We got some big news coming up.
Yeah, we have some very big event that we're planning.
Hopefully, I'll be going live from Miami with some news.
Yes, from the Veritas party, which is this weekend.
I mean, I'll be going live from the Veritas party anyway, but hopefully, I have a wee bit of news.
There you go. So I want to bring something up. A friend of ours sent us over the weekend. It's happening over in Cortland University, and that's obviously in New York. So
Cortland University, the land of the drunk athlete.
And for those who don't know where Cortland is, it is not in a warm place in New York, because there's no warm places in New York right now. Even the 30-degree balmy paradise that is Long Island right now, maybe warm to me, but it's not warm to everybody else. Oh my gosh, where's the spring? I get these on Facebook now. I love it. Everybody's teasing me because I used to count down to winter. Now everybody's counting down to spring. Oh, it's only 699 days till summer or something like that. It's like 2 years.
Well, yeah, because they know that if it gets too cold, you're gonna flee to Florida.
No, I don't flee to Florida. First of all,
you flew.
When I fled to Florida.
Wait, hold on. What would be the active of flee?
Fleeing. Fled. Active of flee?
Yeah.
Fleeing.
He
is currently fleeing.
You fled.
Yes.
So you are fleeing.
Oh, this is bad. Let me just.
By the way, chat, what's the plural of moose?
Oh, here we go.
I contend it should be meese.
Yeah, but it should be isn't what it is. It's mooses.
You're a moose.
I believe it's mooses. Listen, here you go. Happy llama, sad llama. Not a very. You're not supposed to say what this one is. Super llama, drama llama, big fat mama llama, moose. That's how that goes. Okay.
What was that?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to be a moose with me?
Yo, I've never seen anyone do that.
You never saw that before at all? What are you not? Were you not a child? Moose. Well, first of all, this was from the Texas Rangers. Remember, Josh Hamilton. When they got on base, they would steal moose.
You mean this wasn't the Josh Hamilton?
No, this was the Barry Bonds.
No. This was the Barry Bonds. This was the
Josh Hamilton. This was the Elvis Andrews. Okay, so we're being silly right now.
Wow, we certainly lost the thread. Oh, yeah, don't worry, chat. If you don't know what the hell's going on, neither do we either.
Neither do we. Yeah, we're just kind of.
But up in Cortland, apparently,
this is the best part.
One of their communication studies. This is a 300 level class, really.
A 300 level class,
really, and they're teaching Foucault.
Spring of 2022 semester. So let me read this to you. When this class is Cortland University of Cortland, New York.
Go figure. It's a PhD that came up with this idea.
Yes, the professor, a PhD, is following the science, okay, for public safety. Okay, people have no idea what this moose thing is. They're all out of control. Yeah, don't worry. And listen. See, April's kids used to do the moose thing a lot, so I don't want to hear about it. And April's kids, West Babylon, you don't mess with the West Babylon moms. You know that already.
Yeah.
So
I will mess with the kids from West Babylon.
Safety first.
Like you.
Safety first. The ongoing pandemic teaches us to be flexible and cognizant of changing conditions and evolving scientific understanding. Faculty work to stay current with the best practices in our teaching, including practices that promote well-being. We work to understand and mitigate risks to safety in the teaching/learning environment, including classes. We do not just stand and deliver. We care and adapt. Now, I want you to understand, this is guidance. This is a syllabus. This is a
They put best practices in quotes.
This is a memo having to do, air quotes, the biggest air quotes in the world ever. Biggest air quotes. They're so big.
We made it 19 minutes without the voice.
We did. We got close. For the spring 2022 semester, which, as you know, begins in February, okay? As such, in the first weeks of the term, okay, we just said that's February, I will be holding classes and discussions, holding lectures and discussions outside. Now, mind you, Cortland University is in where we would call upstate New York. It's a ways down 17.
Just out of curiosity.
Does anybody know what the temperature is in Cortland, New York right now?
Right now.
How about the chat?
Right now.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
Don't you look it up.
Don't you cheat.
I cheated. You better not cheat.
I cheated, but I'm allowed to cheat. I'm hosting the damn show.
Yeah, that's
what is the temperature of Cortland right now without the wind chill?
Without the wind chill.
Without the wind chill.
In Cortland right now.
I'm giving you a hint.
What do you think? Without the wind chill. What do you... Come on! Okay. So Jessica Grant says 20. Let's play The Price is Right. Let's see. The first person is to guess the temperature without going over. So right now, minus 20. We have a 7. We have a minus 12.
Who the hell?
Who the heck is that? It's got to be Heather.
Who the hell? There's no way that's Heather.
Dylan Conley on Facebook got the right answer. It is currently 1 degree in Cortland.
And this simple... wants to hold classes outside. You're a PhD. What is wrong with you?
There you go. Safety, and it's in the safety first portion of this whole thing.
Yo, what? I need to read this person's PhD thesis because it's got to be like how to make a career out of being useless. 1 degree? I mean, look, I was a huge fan of cutting class, but I never actually had a reason to do it. There's no way I'm going to class in Cortland outside today. It's not going to happen. Yo, wouldn't the pen freeze? Like
everything freezes. It's 1 degree. You couldn't boil water. The boil would stop. It would just freeze and make icicles.
Waiting, just like watching water boil.
I cannot believe
at Cortland.
So there's the deal, right? So you're dealing with a professor in Cortland who says, because of safety, in the first few weeks of the term, I will be holding lectures and discussions outside. It is 1 degree Fahrenheit in Cortland. What is the high? Is it listed? 19 is how quote unquote warm it's going to get in Cortland today.
And it's mostly cloudy, so there's probably wind. So it's probably like negative 10 degrees.
So at the very least, you're dealing with 19 degrees.
And
in
this
class.
is not like some science class where you could say, oh well, maybe they're gonna see what happens when you throw boiling water in the air and it freezes
and
immediately.
It comes back
No, this is a damn sociology class, or as I call it, professional useless person.
It's pretty. It's pretty bad.
Sociology at Cortland. Just get the job at Starbucks and get it out of the way. Save
it's pretty bad.
I mean, look, I know you want to go to Kegs and Eggs or the Cortica game, which I may have attended a couple times, but 1 degree. What are we doing?
So now there's another text I think it has to do with Cortland, and I'm going to read it here. 11 cases from last week. Our small hospital will not be able to attend another 10 to 15 cases. Ambulances were turned away last week and diverted to other medical facilities further away. So when I say the situation is critical, I mean it. Make sure first of all, here's a typo. Make sure medical information is updated. 2, follow guidelines issued by the college. 3, mask. See my note below. Mask, because that works so well. Masking works so well. We're going to go quote Dan Bongino, who quotes Billy Bean, or the line from the movie Moneyball. If he's such a good hitter, how come he doesn't hit good? If masks work, how come they don't work, right? And how come now we're being told if they worked, they don't actually work, right? So big questions that they can't seem to answer. Mask. See my note below. 4, dress warm. Bring a blanket if you need to for class tomorrow, as we have windows open given the number of students enrolled in my class. She literally told them to bring a blanket to the classroom. Safety first. Here we go. The ongoing pandemic teaches us to be flexible and cognizant of changing conditions and evolving scientific understanding. This is the same note that we just read, just in a different form. Faculty work to stay current with best practices in our teaching, including practices that promote well-being. We work to understand and mitigate risks to safety in the teaching and learning environment. We do not just stand and deliver, we care and adapt. Given the likely outbreak at the start of the term, students should be prepared to join class via Zoom if needed. Students should check emails regularly, and once a group chat is instituted, to check that as well.
And I want to be clear about something. Let's just say that their small hospital is being overrun, which it isn't. Mm-hmm. But let's just say it is being overrun. Cornell University is 15 minutes away with a giant hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, they're dealing with the problem, too, because 900 of their kids got COVID because apparently the vaccine is great.
But that's a huge... all right, so your tiny little dinky house. So, all right, I can't go to Good Sam because, they'll let you die in the parking lot on Long Island. And they'll let you just give you an IV and push your poor ass right out the door. All right, so then just drive a half hour. Just keep going. There's more than one hospital around. Or, how about this? You're 20. If you get the cold, just, I don't know, take a nap.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, too.
Take some melatonin, take some Z-Quil. And
take some ivermectin.
The problem is that right now, I said this the other day.
Hydroxychloroquine.
I said this the other day, and I don't really care if people get upset by this. But right now, there is some radical, liberal, communist, believe in everything they hear on mainstream media, who I promise you is having sex with a stranger with a mask on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's definitely happening.
100%. 100. Now, that's how you get COVID.
That's absolutely happening.
That's also how you get pink eye.
The CDC, she's someone here, Kimberly, was asking if the CDC really said no to masks. I don't know what they said to masks, but I do know that they recommended apple-bottom jeans and boots with the fur.
Yes.
And whereas previously the entire club, the whole club was looking at her. This go around, the club is only operating at 25% capacity.
Guys, I want to say this just based on that joke. Okay?
Yeah.
We're in the studio. There are like 2 or 3 dozen things I say every day that I can't say right here, and all of them are hilarious.
Right.
Like, the CDC recommends this person as a babysitter. I can't say that. However, very soon, we're going to be putting up some premium content.
Locals.
On locals.com. Where I'm told I can say anything I want. I can say anything I want. And I promise you, the level of savagery is going to hit uncharted heights.
There goes the Senate.
There goes the Senate.
There goes
it's
the
okay.
Senate.
Oh, praise Jesus Christ. I will be able to say anything I want. Once we have that up and running, you guys will know about it because I cannot wait.
So today,
I can't wait.
I woke up to some breaking news from the CDC, and now they have changed their recommendations yet again. So this is breaking news. This is breaking news. The CDC recommends now driving your Chevy to the levee even if the levee is dry. So that's going out there today. So the CDC now recommends, despite the dry levee, please drive your Chevy to the levee, even though the levee is dry. We're getting silly this morning.
Should I tell them the babysitter joke?
Not on this, not on here. We just got on YouTube back.
Okay, I'll wait. Make sure, well, we will do a whole segment on locals and how that's going to work once that's up and running and once I figure out how to use the damn program.
Yeah.
Because I'm technologically living in 1954.
1954.
So, Nicole, I'll text you on the side.
Where Joe DiMaggio was only halfway through his baseball.
Well, yes, obviously. But, yeah, we're going to be setting up a locals that's run by Dave Rubin. A lot of people are on it. It's just a premium content site. It's kind of like Patreon, but for conservatives, you can say anything you want.
And we're not going to get shut down.
We'll never be shut down on there, ever.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun stuff because we have a lot of fun here.
Yes, we do.
At night that we can't put on YouTube because it turns out we're both much bigger savages than we think.
Right.
And
YouTube gets mad at the little things.
YouTube gets mad at the little things. So we're going to be setting up that locals, and locals is an awesome community because a lot of people have, Glenn Greenwald has a locals, and Barry Weiss has a locals. It's like a Substack for video. Yeah,
it's a safer space than Patreon for conservatives as well because Patreon be shutting people down.
Yes, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be really inexpensive, and you'll help support the movement, and you'll laugh your asses off.
Yeah, and it's not a huge investment either. I think it's $5 a month or something like that.
$5.
Locals, it's not a big thing, but it's nice because it's premium content. It's another side of things you could see, some funny, and there's
going to be a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on. So
and there's a lot of stuff on there. Look, it may not be
a lot of me taking a nap.
There's going to be naps. There's going to be all sorts of funny stuff, and some of it may not be family friendly, like we try to keep this.
I would probably watch this with the door closed.
Yeah, I would say maybe not with the, but it's a premium one.
Nothing graphic.
Nothing
graphic. Just
nasty. It's just vulgar at times.
Yeah,
profane.
Profane.
Right, profane's better. Vulgar is a little mean. I would say profane.
Licentious.
Uncensored. How about that? Uncensored. That's what we'll use the term.
I can finally let loose.
And it's good because, Locals is on Rumble, which is a Bongino platform. Locals is a Dave Rubin thing. So, obviously, the people behind Locals is amazing. And the people behind Locals are amazing. And we're excited to get on there. So, we'll see that. We'll see you over on Locals at some point. We're getting ready to launch that. We'll show you how that all works. So, 7:30, reminder, please go to loudmajorityus.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Get your merch. We got all sorts of cool stuff coming in. We got a really exciting new shirt that's going to be dropping real soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and also, guys, if you haven't gotten your CPAC tickets yet, come on down. CPAC's going to be awesome this year. I talked to a whole bunch of people that are going to be down there. People like Matt Gates, the whole crew. Everyone's going to be down there. All the people you love. I think Jack Posobiec will be there. There may be some big news coming out of the America First warehouse.
Yes, there may be some big news.
At CPAC, there may be some big news.
Very big news.
Big lead news.
Huge.
Where you guys will be able to.
Very big.
We will help facilitate you guys meeting some of your favorite politicians, some of your favorite culture warriors.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be wild. So, CPAC, Orlando, last weekend of February.
Yeah, February 24th to the 27th.
I forgot the dates.
The hotel where yes, OMG, Barry. The hotel where the convention is being held. Barry knows.
Barry knows.
Yes, the hotel where the convention is being held is sold out, so there are no more rooms available in Hotel Rosen.
Please keep one clean show so the family can watch. I'm really trying my best.
Well, on locals, I mean,
Just have them don't watch locals.
Don't watch locals if you need that. But these are always going to be nice and family friendly with the occasional whoops-a-daisy. But that's
usually coming from this side of the room.
Yeah, that side of the room. That's the seems to be the.
What are you gonna do?
But yeah, so CPAC tickets, go ahead and get them. And like I said, the hotel where the convention is being held is sold out of rooms, so you're gonna have to book something around there. Around the area, but nothing's too far away.
It's right next to Universal Studios, so there's plenty of places to stay.
Yeah, and it's a 5-minute Uber ride. Some of it's even walking distance. It's in Florida. It's not going to be hot.
CPAC is the last weekend in February,
24th to the 27th.
It is totally worth it, guys. I know when you see the ticket price, it's like $275. It seems like a lot, but I promise you, if you go once, you'll never miss it again.
You'll never want to miss it again.
You'll never miss it again.
You never want to miss it again.
You're just with your people. You're with your people. You're in Florida. Nothing wrong with Florida in February.
Nothing wrong with it.
It's a beautiful thing, as they would say in Howard Beach.
All right, so folks, I want to mention a couple of events that are coming up here this weekend. I'd mentioned it a couple of shows ago. I'm going to mention it again. I want you to take a pen and paper out. I'm also going to put this in our email. I'm also going to try and upload a flyer today. The West Babylon Fire Department. West Babylon's my hometown. They do this every year. We're looking to throw the same sort of event. What are you doing?
She really broke the chair yesterday.
You just broke the chair. I cannot believe it. Hold on. There he goes. He's going down. He broke the chair. Wow. Let me see. No, let me see. Give me.
No, Heather broke it.
Look at this. Wow.
Time out. Go back. It just slides.
Wow.
Heather broke it yesterday.
No, don't blame Heather. Wow.
You're a liar.
You're blaming Heather for the chair?
She broke it.
Yeah. This is some of that unscripted silliness that's just really funny. Are you okay now? You good? Oh, Twitter's going to have fun with this one. Oh, Kev, you okay?
Go back to the fire department.
Okay, West Babylon Fire Department's holding a fundraiser. West Babylon Fire Department's holding a fundraiser on Saturday night, January 29th, over at the Station 2 on Herzl Boulevard. I'll get you the exact address. It's called a Wild Game Dinner. It's amazing. You're going to be able to have all sorts of awesome food that you've never had before. Quail soup. It sounds like, what the hell am I going to be eating? It's really, really good. Kevin did not fall out of the chair.
There's like a sliding
thing
that I kicked out.
And then we just embellished it a little bit.
Yeah, and then, Sean decided to help Twitter out by letting them know that I'm plump.
No, you let them know that you're plump. You just said you're plump. I didn't say anything about that. I said Twitter's going to have a good time with that. You're the one who assumed that I was making a plump joke. Did that to yourself.
Plump.
So the West Babylon Fire Department, $70 a head, all you can eat, all you can drink. There's really cool raffles, a lot of guns for sale, for raffle out there. We're going to be contributing to one of the merchandise baskets, some Loud Majority gear. It's a really great cause, West Babylon Fire Department. So if you guys really like, supporting your local firemen, firefighters out there, your volunteer firefighters, obviously they need our help. They need the town's help. They need the community's help to stay afloat. So please, if you're interested, please write this number down, 607-794-2606. I need you to call that number, and if you want to go, buy a ticket and let them know you're from Loud Majority. This way we can all be at the same table, okay? 607-794-2606. That's 607-794-2606. You buy your tickets in advance. Let them know you're with Loud Majority. This way I get a list of names. I will be there. It's a great time. I've been there. I've been to this event several times. It's a really fun event. You're sitting with like-minded people. The whole room is full of volunteer firefighters, great American patriots. Everybody really is on our side. It's an amazing time. So if you want to go to this event, West Babylon Firehouse, West Babylon Fire Department fundraiser, I'll get you more information. I will be there. It's a great event. We're looking to hold an event very similar to this at the America First Warehouse at some point. So I would love to get your feedback. Tell me what you would want to change, but I would love you to come to this to support, my hometown and the firemen over in my hometown. It's a great fire department. I've known the guys for a really long time. I know the guys who run it right now. So it's Saturday, January 29th. It's a big event for them. It's usually their biggest fundraiser of the year, and it's a lot of fun for all involved. Call this number, 607-794 2606. Tell them you want to come to the Wild Game dinner this weekend. Let them know you're with Loud Majority so we could all go together. It's a great time. We'll all be geared up. It'll be a really fun event if you guys can make it. If not, no big deal. I will be there, and we're looking to have a great time. Second event that's coming, and I'm going to throw a flyer up over the next couple of days, is there is a comedy night at another local bar in the West Babylon area. Another good friend of mine, Patriot bar owner. You could buy your tickets in advance. You go to this event. There's going to be a nice comedy lineup. Some of the comedians you guys have already heard of and seen before. Paul Bond, Terry McNeely. These guys are hilarious. They're on our side on the issues. Go down there, support them. I'll get you the flyer out there in the email and the flyer up on our website and our Facebook so that you can get all the information. There's an Eventbrite. You can buy the tickets through there. Go ahead and support this guy as well. His name is John. He owns this bar. He's a Patriot. I've been going to his bar before Loud Majority was a thing. He's a good friend of mine, so I would appreciate it. Maybe we can show him a little bit of support as well. Patriots supporting Patriots, patronize those small businesses and support your local community, especially these times. So your local firefighters, your local bars, your small businesses, as we start to get through the pandemic and get through all these issues, they're going to need our support to kind of push through. So we got the Firehouse on January 29th, 607-794-2606, and then the fundraiser at the bar, of course, in a couple of weeks. So exciting stuff. Please, if you can support those two causes, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
What do you got? Anything?
Oh, nothing. Right now I'm looking at a picture of Lori Lightfoot.
Oh, was it Admiral Akbar? It's a trap.
So I'm terrified. Wow, that is one ugly woman.
Yeah, she's not good. Voters are reluctant to give Joe Biden a second term, by the way. Are you shocked about that?
So is God.
Because he was the... Well, you never know now. But
no, I do now. I know that God will not give him a second term because very soon they're going to meet.
Yeah, he's getting close. But
he's getting close.
It's a shame because, most popular president ever, they tell you.
Most popular president, 81
million
votes.
We can't say more than that.
We can't. You know what? 81 million votes. And it looks like about 30 million of them have changed their mind over the course of the last year.
That's a good way to say it.
Either the first part isn't true or... he's way worse than even we think.
Yeah, it's not good.
30 million people are suddenly like, meh.
I don't know if I heard on that. It's like, turns out they were right. It was me.
And like we like to say, if you got a friend, if you got an aunt, you got a cousin, your brother, your sister-in-law, who suddenly comes up to you and goes, it looks like you were right all along. Don't laugh at them.
Yeah.
Bring them in.
Just
bring them in. Just say, look, it's okay. You don't have to like Donald Trump to admit that this guy sucks.
Shout out to Mercy, me, from Ozark or Alabama. Roll Tide, and they wear their merch, wearing our merch in the Deep South.
Wearing our merch.
So Roll Tide.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's awesome.
I mean, go Dogs.
Really
hey, we're going to be working down in Georgia. You got to get used to that,
The Devil went down to Georgia, I heard.
Yeah. The CDC now recommends the Devil goes down to Georgia.
Yes, the CDC recommends the Devil travels to Georgia regularly. Right, exactly. So 6 in 10 voters, though, are saying that they would not give Joe Biden a second term. And, it doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock any of us that are watching. But there are people who are probably shocked because, well, we voted for the guy who's not Donald Trump, and things are not getting better, right? Could you imagine that? So Build Back Better. Nothing's being built, nothing is back, and nothing is better. Okay, so it's just the whole thing is a colossal failure. Said that on Newsmax, by the way. They liked it so much they cut the clip, put it on YouTube. What a great people over there in Newsmax. We do love them.
Fantastic.
Shout out to Carl Higbee. Thank you so much for having me on the show on Saturday morning. That was great. To everybody who watched, we really appreciate it. 6 in 10 voters would back someone other than President Biden if the 2024 presidential election were today, according to a Fox News national survey released Sunday. That makes his current re-election prospects dimmer than they ever were for his most recent predecessors, Donald Trump and Barack Obama. At the end of Biden's first year in office, economic anxiety is higher than a year ago, and many feel the pandemic is not at all under control. His job rating in both of these areas are down in recent months, and over half of voters disapprove of Biden's performance overall. And look, listen, this may be a small hyper-local indicator, but again, switching 20 voters
in a day. And we're going to make this, and look, if there's anybody in there who's a registered blank, a registered independent,
right. Maybe
you're a registered Democrat, and you want to switch and vote in the Republican primaries, come down to the events. We We have people to show you how to change your voter registration.
Yes.
Like Andy Whitman said earlier in the chat, if you're unsure of how you're registered, maybe you registered back in the 80s, you don't know if you're a registered Republican.
You look it up.
You can look it up. Just go to the New York State Board of Education website, and they'll be able to tell you, things.
Board of Elections.
Board of Election. What the hell did I say?
Education.
Oh, what the hell? It's the same acronym.
BOE.
BOE.
Yeah.
Go to the Board of Elections and just give it a check. You never know what could happen. If you have a boring name like me, maybe somebody switched and there was a clerical error. Things happen. My name's Kevin Smith. There's 400,000 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could always check that information out. That was Andy Whitman who did mention all that in the chat earlier. And thank you, Andy, for the tip, because most people don't know that it's that easy to check their voter registration. But we are registering voters now at our events, which is something that we think is, obviously is very useful. Scott Pressler is very good at that.
Good morning, Scott Pressler.
Scott Pressler, and he met one of our guys down in D.C. yesterday at the Defeat the Mandates. For everybody who was at D.C. At the Defeat the Mandates March, heard that went very well as well. Matt, who saw Scott Pressler, went up there, took a picture, sent me a message late at night, says, "Hey, Scott says hi." We went in there. You shared it to Scott on Instagram. He shared it to his story. So shout out to Scott. And we just love working with Scott. He's just a great guy, and he's out there. He's one of the few people who are actually out there constantly doing things, running himself into the ground, like we've run ourselves into the ground several times, just working hard. Not really caring that it's getting late or, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? My feet hurt. We're just out there. We're out there for the cause. It's a great thing, and Scott's the same way. So whenever we have the ability to work with him, to see him, to interact with him, we love it when our people, when our guys and gals who are geared up, see Scott Pressler, take a picture, send it to us. We send it to him just to let him know that we got his back. We know he's got ours, and we're excited to work with him in the future. Now he's coming up here in March, I think is what he said.
Scott will be here for March 16th through the 31st.
Yeah, he's going to be here for a while.
So he's going to be here for 2 weeks, and I'm sure we'll see him for, I don't know, a dozen of those days or so.
Yep.
About that. We like to help Scott run events, and we can use all the help we can get. Registering voters, he's focusing on New York 3.
Mm-hmm. They're good friends.
Big Daddy George Santos.
Big Daddy George Santos.
Big Daddy George Santos. I can't wait for him to watch this so I can get yelled at for calling him that.
Yep. He's going to go, why'd you call me Big Daddy?
Because George yells at me for doing everything. You're breathing too heavy.
We love George.
Why are you wearing those shoes?
I love George to death.
I love George Santos.
He was out there yesterday back to Bruce, so we want to shout out George Santos. He's great. Running for New York for Congress, New York 3. Pretty awesome.
In an open seat because Swazi dropped out of the governor race, I believe.
Open seat. Swazi dropped out of the governor's race. So did Bill de Blasio. So I guess Kathy Hochul really now has nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's actually worried about Bill de Blasio, but get on the thing.
Yeah, it turns out communists know how to raise a lot of money. What they do is they come to you and they take yours and then they run with it.
This ought to be fun. This ought to be a really interesting article because of how people feel about Mike Pence. But here it is. It was actually, it looks like it was published by Marissa Schultz on Fox News. And Mike Pence right now is saying that he is, I don't even agree with him.
Cut to you.
I don't even agree with it. It's on 3.
Okay.
But I don't even agree with him right now. I agree that it should happen, but I don't agree that this is what's going to happen. And here's the article. FoxNews.com will be in the show notes. Mike Pence is confident that the Supreme Court is going to overturn Roe versus Wade. Okay? And one thing I want to do, yes, and the number for the Wild Game Dinner is 607-794-2606. I'm going to put the number in the chat here. 607-794-2606. Wild Game Dinner. It's in the chat now. Hopefully it shows up there. It showed up on YouTube. I think it's going to be showing up on Facebook soon. Anyway, for those who are having problems or have a problem with Mike Pence, I want to explain something, because there's this idea that Mike Pence somehow is a traitor, or that Mike Pence somehow messed up on January 6th. And, I'm sorry. I can't get behind that idea. I really, really can't get behind that idea. It's if Mike Pence had done what you wanted him to do, you would have been giving the Democrats way too much power the next time down the road. Okay? If Mike Pence had assumed his power on January 6th allowed him to stop counting or stop the counting of the electoral votes and allowed him to decide that he didn't like the results of these elections. So he could stop it and change them, essentially. Okay? You will be giving somebody like AOC or Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi or Dianne Feinstein or Eric Swalwell or Adam Schiff way too much power down the road. Okay, you have to understand something. Just imagine in a world where Mike Pence did that. And then 8 years down the road, the Democrats go ahead and use that exact same precedent to reverse the results of an election that we won. Okay? This is something that you can't play with. You just can't do it. And I don't know what you're talking about, foul language, because I didn't say a word.
Oh, somebody in the chat said something.
Oh, somebody in the chat said something. Oh, yes, F in the chat. Okay, I was like, okay. I'm not justifying, well, I am justifying what Mike Pence did, Anthony, and if you have a problem with that, you can see yourself off the stream, because I'm not a tyrant. I'm not a totalitarian. I'm not somebody who says, you know what, just because I don't like it, I'm going to change the rules. Mike Pence had nothing he could do. There was nothing constitutional he could do to reverse the results of the election. I don't care what you say. And you're going to set a precedent just like Harry Reid did.
Just like Harry Reid did with the judicial filibuster.
And that's how we wound up with these Supreme Court justices.
Look, you need to understand that you need to think of the rule, how you would like it, as if the other side were doing it. See, this is why people like Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin will not get rid of the filibuster, because they know that one day they will be in the minority. And they would like the same protections that the Republicans have now. When Harry Reid got rid of the judicial filibuster, Mitch McConnell said, don't do it. Don't do it, because once we get back in power, I'm going to ram through judges left and right. And if anybody's got a problem with what Mike Pence didn't do that he wasn't legally allowed to do, I don't care what Lynn Wood has to say, okay? Lynn Wood, the purveyor of stupid hats and dumb court cases.
Yeah, the grifter.
The fact of the matter is, under that logic, if anybody's got a problem with what Pence wasn't legally allowed to do, that he didn't do, let me ask you this. Do you want a vice president to overturn an election they don't like? Because if that's the case, we would have had 8 years of President Al Gore.
Absolutely. Because
Florida, remember in 2000, hanging chads and all this goofy stuff? Al Gore, as vice president and as president of the Senate, in a 50-50 Senate, could have just as easily said, you know what, I don't think this is right. I'm not going to accept Florida's election results. And made himself president.
Yeah, he could have done that.
He could have made himself president. Do you want Democrats to have that kind of power?
Because
I don't want them to have that kind of power.
You know they'll use it.
And the fact of the matter is, even though Donald Trump lost the election, whatever you want to say, even though he was not made president for another term.
Sure.
We gained seats in the House, we gained county legislators, and we brought out more people in the Senate. We kept the 50-50 Senate, and had it not been for your savior, Lynn Wood, we'd have the Senate right now. If he hadn't said, oh, well, Georgia, you can't vote in Georgia, it's not even going to count, we wouldn't have Raphael Warnock, who's insane, and John Ossoff, who's like 16 years old. The guy's never shaved before. He's just some hedge fund douche in Congress. We wouldn't have 2 Democrats in Georgia. So you know what? Don't give me that crap about it. And you know what? I don't really care if you don't like what I'm saying.
Right, that's exactly right.
Because guess what? There's a lot of things in the world I don't like. I don't like the fact that I'm 5'6". I am, and I'm over it. You can't get mad at a person for not doing something they can't do.
Right.
Because when we're not in power, I don't want the other side to have that kind of power.
And it's not even something that we can't do. It's also something we should not do. Because again, setting the precedent, just like just like how we get upset with Blake.
Pence should be drawn and quartered. I'll tell you what. Go move to Myanmar.
Go ahead. Tell me how that worked out.
Tell me how that works
Remember the whole military is going to take control, martial law. Myanmar's still not free. They've been under martial law for a year. Anytime you dive into martial law, you lose your country. Okay, so that's the last thing that we want to see happen. But when you look at what we should not do, anything that when you look at giving Democrats this amount of power and then expecting them to play nice with it, you're out of your mind, number one. Number two, you're in a situation where, again, picture yourself 8 years down the road where AOC is somehow the vice president of the United States, because you're not going to win every single election every year. It's just not going to happen, right? Now she has the ability, despite what the people said, to overturn a free and fair election just because she doesn't like it, because we gave her that power. Do you want that on? You want the blood on your hands? When we talk about all these county executives and governors and all this banning mandates or banning masks, when you ask for people to ban masks, you are doing exactly what they're doing. It's not about banning things. It's not about looking for government to provide your solution. It's never going to happen that way. Okay, your solution comes from the people. Your solution comes when you are given the choice and the freedom to make decisions. So when a county executive like Bruce Blakeman doesn't ban masks, and there are people who go, well, he didn't end the mandates. He's not there to end the mandates. He said this yesterday. Nobody is anti-mask. If you are, that's fine. I'm not anti-mask. I'm not anti-vax, okay? I am anti-force. Anti-force. In other words, if the government is going to force me to put a diaper over my face to go shopping, yeah, I'm against that. Because I'm not afraid of the virus. I don't think I need to be protected by a piece of fabric over my face, which doesn't protect me at all. When you look at all of these ideas that we just want freedom, and then we want our allies to govern like tyrants, to ban things or to mandate things to not exist, that's just doing what the left is doing. All we have to do is have faith in the people. You understand me? Have faith in us, our communities. Have faith in the idea that we are the majority, that there are more of us than there are of them, and that if communities are given the choice, communities will make the right choice.
And here's what's, and you know what, frankly, I'm not saying that they didn't cheat. I'm not saying there wasn't funny business. I don't believe there were 80 million votes cast for Biden. I don't believe that whatsoever.
Anthony Desio wants us to pick a side. My side is on the side, our side is on the side of the Constitution.
I'm not saying Trump didn't win. What I'm saying is that was a year and a half ago. So we can either bitch and moan about what happened then, or we can move forward.
So moving forward, we hear Mike Pence talking, and regardless of how we feel about it, I brought this up just to fire up the chat because I wanted to see that, and I wanted to get into that. Former Vice President Mike Pence he is confident that Roe versus Wade is going to be overturned in the Supreme Court. So for those of you who want to question his morals and his ideas, you know, somebody who's not on our side is probably not going to admit something like this.
No, but it's okay. Mike Pence did one thing they didn't like one time in his entire life,
and so
now he must be drawn and quartered.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Because we're living in 12th century Scotland.
That's ridiculous.
Like drawn and quartered. So we should cut the person. I don't know who said that, but whoever said that. Do you believe that we should cut the former vice president into 4 pieces and put those pieces at each end of the country? Because if you do, I don't know what the hell to tell you.
Yeah, I can't. I don't understand the idea that, you know, okay, well, we don't like something, so let's throw a temper tantrum. That's what the left does. The left calls for this violence and all this nonsense. Please stop being like them. So Mike Pence, real quick, we'll run through this article. Former Vice President Mike Pence Saturday expressed confidence the Supreme Court will overturn Roe versus Wade thanks to the newest conservative justices, and urged anti-abortion activists to prepare for action once the decision comes down. And again, if they do overturn Roe, it does not make abortion illegal. It sends the issue back to the states. So you're going to have some states where it's legal and some states where it's not. Pence predicted the Supreme Court will act to dismantle the landmark abortion case, adding, quote, the next battlefield for life will emerge in the state legislatures. Quote, your generation must lead and fight for life in every state across this land, Pence said Saturday at the National Pro-Life Summit in Washington, D.C., where many students and grassroots activists had gathered. Quote, with a real prospect of a post-Roe America before us, I urge you to prepare your minds for action, Pence added. Pence made his comments on the 49th anniversary of the Roe versus Wade Supreme Court decision that legalized abortion, buoyed by the addition of 3 new conservatives on the court, Justices Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, and a major abortion case before the justices. Anti-abortion activists are hopeful that the Roe court decision will not live to see its 50th anniversary.
And I don't think it will. And, you know, the fact is, when you look at abortion, the question of Roe versus Wade is not about the morality or how you feel about abortion. It's about constitutionality. See, we on the right, we don't believe in feelings. We believe in law.
Right.
See, just like with the argument we just had, I believe in law. Even if I don't like the law is the law.
Right.
I don't write things into the law that I want them to say. I look at the law and see what it says. So under the Roe versus Wade statute, very clearly, it should have been argued under the 10th Amendment. Instead, it was argued under the 9th and the 14th, which doesn't make any sense. We can get into that in another show.
Yeah.
But right now, and frankly, I believe that if Roe versus Wade is overturned, it will expand abortion access nationwide because it will give the more liberal states like Washington, Oregon, California, New York the ability to make it up to 40 weeks, while the more conservative states, particularly in the South,
Alabama, Mississippi,
have trigger laws that as soon as Roe versus Wade is overturned, abortion is overturned statewide.
Right. So here it is. And then just to back up what he was saying, which is Kevin was saying, was 100% right. Anybody who thinks, again, that the Supreme Court overturning Roe is going to ban abortions doesn't understand. You don't understand how this whole process works. Here it is in the article. If the court overturns the longstanding abortion precedent in Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey, 2 landmark cases that prevent state governments from banning abortions at certain points during pregnancy, then abortion decisions would be left to the states. All right. So abortion does not become illegal nationwide. So don't listen to the left when they tell you that overturning Roe is going to make abortion illegal across all 50 United States. It's going to kick those decisions back to the states, and there are states with trigger laws in place where once Roe is gone, these new laws take effect, like in Alabama, Texas, all these. Florida, DeSantis just signed a bill because he's doing an incredible job. And then there's people who go, well, Trump and DeSantis are having an argument. Okay, guess what? Friends do that, okay? And Trump called it totally fake news.
Hell, we argue like twice a show.
All the freaking time. So it doesn't matter. He called it fake news. There's no tiff between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. I know there was a talk about that, but relax. It doesn't always have to be drama. But it always goes back to the states. This would go back to the states if Roe was overturned. Nothing gets banned in this case. In some states, yes, the different abortions and procedures and whatnot would become illegal. But as Kevin said, in the super liberal states like New York, like Washington State, you know what I mean? Like states like California.
California has already declared itself it's going to be an abortion sanctuary.
Abortion is going to be
which is an odd. So it's a death sanctuary.
Exactly.
Those words they don't really make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. So with all this at stake, energized anti-abortion activists flocked to Washington this week for the annual March for Life on Friday, which was huge. Congratulations, a really great event. And a summit on Saturday, Pence reiterated the rallying cry saying Roe must go. Again, if you don't agree with Mike Pence, if you think he's some sort of traitor or coward, I can't help you. I disagree with you. You're entitled to your opinion. This is America. But
and look, just because he did something that I don't like on one end doesn't mean I can't like something he did do on the other end.
Right.
It's like, okay, so if you think he should have overturned the election, even though he doesn't have the power to do it or the legal authority or the ability to do so, that's fine. But he's on your side on this one.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't need people to... I don't need to be ideologically aligned with a person 100 out of 100 times.
I mean, the same thing goes for me and Joe Rogan. I don't like Joe Rogan. I've never listened to an episode of his show. I don't think he's a conservative, and that's not why I don't listen to him. It's just not my brand of entertainment. With that being said, I support his fight for free speech because that's my fight too. That's our fight. I mean, I'm all about free speech. I'm all about him having Dr. Malone on and giving everybody all the information. He has such a large platform. The fact that he did that is just overall good for the fight. So I may not agree with Joe Rogan on the fact that he's a Bernie supporter or that he thinks Michelle Obama is going to be a good president or that Barack was one of the best presidents ever. I don't agree with him on all that, but that doesn't mean that him giving Dr. Malone a platform, right? Giving Dr. Malone the ability to go on his show, become a national figure, put together something like Defeat the Mandates in Washington.
Exactly.
That was because of Rogan, and I say thank you to Joe Rogan.
And you know what the fact is that, sure, there's stuff that he says that I don't agree with.
Sure.
And he has people on the show that I don't agree with.
Sure.
He has people on the show that I do agree with.
Absolutely.
It's just the fact that Joe Rogan is sitting there going, why can't I talk?
Right.
I'm just talking to somebody.
And that's the more important
fight.
fight.
That's the more important fight. So, sure, does Joe Rogan vote? I do believe I'm like 95% sure he admitted that he voted for Trump last time.
In 2020.
In 2020.
Okay.
Now, did he vote for him in 2016? I don't believe so.
Oh, doesn't matter.
But here's the thing.
15 million people joined our side after that.
That's it.
Okay.
So you know what?
Clay Travis is another one.
And you have to embrace the fact that a guy like Joe Rogan, whom I disagree with on many things, I also agree with. He's a huge 2A supporter.
Yeah.
He supports legalizing marijuana. So it's like, oh, Joe, okay, let's debate the arguments here that we don't agree on and support each other on the things we do agree on.
Yes.
Or because you disagree with me on 1 out of 10 things, now we should hang and quarter you and throw you to the wayside. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, you are creating a world that is unlivable.
Yeah, it's political violence.
You will never get anywhere if you expect complete uniformity on every single topic. You'll never get. And look, here's the thing.
Sides.
I can watch Joe Rogan's comedy, his stand-up. I can watch a liberal comedy.
Yeah, sure.
And laugh my ass off because Dave Chappelle and I probably agree on 2 out of 10 things. Where
Right.
me and Rogan agree on 6. I can watch Dave Chappelle and just laugh my ass. I don't need to worry about the fact that maybe he thinks Donald Trump's an asshole or he was mean to Candace Owens. He's just funny.
He's funny.
He's just funny. That's it.
Sometimes that's all it's about.
That's
Sometimes
all it's
just
about.
entertainment.
Sometimes you just got to turn off the world for an hour and just giggle
And
about
relax.
goofy stuff.
And relax.
That's it.
And relax. So here we are at 8:01. And we got fiery at the end of the show, and Russell is saying that we can agree that pineapples don't belong on pizza. I will say this:
heads that size don't belong on shoulders.
And that's number one because Russell's head is popping out of all the snapbacks. But number two, pineapple on pizza is not so bad. Anyway, I know that's going to be another controversial take, but thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching again. Another one. We Will Not Comply, episode 50. I know the title wasn't updated this morning. I'm just looking at it now, knowing I never typed it in there, but I'll do it. I'll
and
change
look, guys,
it after
one
the
more
fact.
thing. Look, the chat was fired up today, and you know what? That's okay.
Yes.
We want engagement.
Yes.
We want back and forth. And when you see us, come and we'll have a civil talk about things.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not calling anybody out. All I'm saying is let's have the conversation.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do on our side.
And let's use our heads,
That's
right?
it.
And just be logical. Okay, it's fine. Now Anthony's saying pineapple on pizza is communistic. I know he's being silly. But anyway, at the end of the show, those of you on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and turn on those notifications because we're back on YouTube. For those of you on Facebook, please share the show. Please share the show. Please share the show with all your friends and all your groups. We got a big announcement coming up, probably Wednesday, maybe tomorrow, about a really cool event we're going to try and hold in a week or two. It's going to be a lot of fun. So keep it locked for that. LoudMajorityUS.com. Sign up for the newsletter. We are there. Andy Whitman says he will not deliver us a pizza with pineapple on it. That's fine.
That's okay. That's why we love you, Andy.
No problem. So sign up for the newsletter, LoudMajorityUS.com. And again, I'll be posting the information about the West Babylon Fire Department's fundraiser, 607-794-2606. Give them a call. Tell them you're with the Loud Majority so I can get a count and a look at who's on the who's coming to the dinner, and then another one happening on February 19th over at my buddy's bar. We'll get you more information about that. All right, 8:03. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Give me those 4 words. Show them to me in the chat. You know that we repeat these 4 words over and over and over again until the people in power either get it or get the hell out of our way. And those 4 words, as we know in the chat here, are we will not comply. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America. We are signing off from the America First Media Campus until Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, patriots, my great friends, stop complying and, of course, stay loud.